Few things in life sound more appealing than a nap, especially during that brutal post-lunch dip when your brain feels like a wet sponge and your motivation is melting into your keyboard. But as inviting as an afternoon snooze may be, napping is both an art and a science. Done right, it can sharpen your mind, lift your mood, and even make up for lost sleep. Done wrong, it can backfire, leaving you groggier, more disoriented, and wondering what year it is. So, what separates the brain-boosting, power nap from the accidental 3-hour time warp that ruins your night? Let's start with what makes a nap powerful in the first place. The ideal nap length, according to decades of sleep research, is somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes. That sweet spot lets you skim the surface of light non-REM sleep without descending into deeper stages, which are harder to wake from. A 10-minute nap has been shown to improve alertness, memory consolidation, reaction time, and decision-making, all without the dreaded sleep inertia, that sluggish, half-dead feeling you get when waking from a deeper sleep stage. In fact, even NASA found that a 26-minute nap improved pilot performance by 34% and alertness by 54%. If astronauts trust naps to keep them sharp in zero gravity, there's probably something to it. But beware the slippery slope. Once you go past 30 minutes, you enter slow-wave sleep territory. That's when your brain starts powering down for serious restoration. If you wake up during this phase, which is likely if you're napping without an alarm, you're in for a rough ride. You'll be groggy, confused, and possibly more tired than before you closed your eyes. This is what makes the just a quick rest plan turn into waking up in a panic at 6 p.m. wondering if it's morning or night. It's not the nap that's the problem, it's where you landed in the sleep cycle. Then there's the longer, intentional nap of 90 minutes, which allows you to complete a full sleep cycle, including both deep and REM sleep. These can be useful when you're seriously sleep-deprived, say, after a red-eye flight, an all-nighter, or a newborn screaming marathon. A 90-minute nap can help with procedural memory, like learning a motor skill, creativity, and emotional regulation. But it's not for the faint of heart, or the chronically underslept. Because if you nap too long too late, you'll likely pay for it at bedtime. Long naps can shift your internal clock, making it harder to fall asleep at night and potentially creating a vicious cycle of poor nighttime sleep followed by next-day napping. The timing of a nap matters just as much as the length. Your circadian rhythm creates a natural dip in alertness between 1 and 3 p.m., often referred to as the post-lunch dip, though it's more about biology than burritos. Napping during this window works with your body's natural signals and can be rejuvenating without messing up your nighttime sleep. But nap too late, say after 4 or 5 p.m., and you're essentially stealing sleep from your night shift. It's like pre-snacking before dinner and wondering why you're not hungry later. Your brain is a delicate clock. Every nap shifts the hands a little. Now, let's address the overnapping problem, which is far more common than people admit. Napping becomes problematic when it starts compensating for consistently poor nighttime sleep. If you're using naps to survive chronic sleep deprivation, your body never quite resets its natural rhythm. And when naps stretch too long or happen too late, they can disrupt the sleep drive that helps you fall asleep at night. Think of it this way. Your body builds up a pressure to sleep the longer you're awake, like a balloon inflating. If you nap too long or too often, you let that air out early, and bedtime rolls around with no urgency to fall asleep. Cue insomnia. Cue frustration. Cue, you guessed it, another nap the next day to make up for last night. And thus the nap trap begins. That said, not everyone reacts the same way to naps. Some people are natural nappers, able to conk out for 20 minutes and bounce back like a caffeinated spring. Others wake up from even short naps feeling like they've been hit by a truck. Genetics, baseline sleep needs, and lifestyle factors all play a role. If napping makes you feel worse, that doesn't mean you're broken. It just means your sleep system isn't wired for midday breaks. But if you find yourself regularly fantasizing about napping while standing in line for coffee, your body is clearly screaming for more nighttime sleep, not more afternoon patch jobs. So, what's the smart strategy? Keep naps brief, ideally 10 to 20 minutes. Keep them early, before 3 p.m., and treat them like supplements, not replacements. Think of them as a boost, not a bailout. And if you're napping every day just to stay functional, it's time to take a hard look at your core sleep habits. No nap, no matter how perfectly timed, can fully replace the cognitive, emotional, and physical repair that comes from sustained nighttime sleep. In a world that worships productivity and treats rest like weakness, napping might seem like a guilty pleasure. But when used wisely, it's not laziness, it's neurobiological maintenance. Just don't confuse a smart power nap with a spontaneous 3-hour blackout. That's not rest. That's your sleep debt coming to collect, and it always charges interest.